Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of BBTV. And in today's video, I'm going to be looking at the new Chelsea squad numbers that have just been announced today and finding out, is there any significance to the numbers that the players have been given? So the squad numbers are out, and 29 people have been named in this squad. Although we can see a little admin error by the Chelsea team. They've put Amanda Broja up there twice. But what's significant is that we've got no squad numbers for Lukaku. Obviously, we're looking for a buyer for him. Nothing for Ziyech. He's another one who's not considered to be part of the plans. And nothing for Callum Hudson-Odoi. We also see Casadei, who performed quite well in the pre-season friendlies. Does that indicate that he's going on loan? Apparently, he's close to joining Leicester City. And we see nothing for Angelo. So that does mean, I think, that he's on his way to Strasbourg, as they initially said. But interestingly enough, well, the other guy who they said was going to be off to Strasbourg, the new Leslie Ugo Chokwu, hopefully I got his name right. Apparently he's been given a number. He's been given squad number 16. So is he going to stay at the team? Out of this 29-man squad, but remember last season we already said that we had a bloated squad from last season. That was one of the issues with that Graham Potter and the Frank Lampard faced because of having too many players in squad. So we wanted to trim that. Okay, we've got 29, but out of that 29, the last four listed on that list in the form of Burstow, Bergstrom, Beach and Lewis Hall. I don't think any of them are going to feature in the squad. Lewis Hall is the only one you probably say would feature out of those guys, but there's talk that he's on his way to Palace. He's close to joining Palace on loan for the season, and so that may be finalised within the next week or two. So that, and then when you take away Wesley Fofana from the squad because he's going to be out for probably most of the season, then you are left with 24 people in the squad. And there's talk that Pochettino wants at least another 3 or 4 players in. If he does get another 3 or 4, then that's 28. So that's still a little bit on the high side, when 25 is sort of the maximum, bearing in mind we haven't got Champions League. But you do need a squad size. A lot of people saying we don't need a bigger squad because we got no Europe. But we saw with this unfortunate injury to Nkunku that you still need at least 25 players. And if people are going to sit on the bench, I don't care. It's about having quality backups for when the players get injured. We don't know who's going to get injured throughout the season. We've had 2 injuries already, and it's not even the season hasn't even started yet. So we need to be prepared. We need to be ready. So let's take a look at some of these numbers. Actually, obviously we know Kepa's got the number 1. Interesting to see Disassi, who was confirmed as a player on Sunday. He's going to be given the number 2 shirt. He can play as his primary position as a centre back, but he can also play as a right back, hence probably getting the number 2. Some of the other squads, Bediashil, was he 5 last season? Who had the 5 last season? Or was it Fernandes? I can't remember. Yeah. And then Raheem Sterling's got that number 7 shirt, and the iconic number 10 shirt. You know, that one what goes to the creator. Pulisic had it last season, but it's gone to Mikhailo Mudryk this year. And Mudryk has got a big part to play, especially with the Nkunku injury. It creates an opportunity for him to stamp his authority on the side. And hopefully, can he be a big part player this year? Last year, he was low on confidence, but in pre-season, we saw a little bit of what to expect of a confident Mudryk. So I'm hoping that this could be his breakout season, and the fact that he has to step up now to cover for Nkunku, this may be the making of him. So yeah, he's taken on that number 10 shirt, and we know with the number 10 shirt, that carries a lot of burden. So let's see how he gets on with that. Shalabar is he going to stay or is he not? The fact that Fofana's out for the season now, we've also already brought in Disassi. So we've got Disassi, we've got Silva, we've got Levi Colwill and Badia Shield when Badia Shield comes back. And so even with Shadabar, that makes 5. So even though he's got a squad number, if we get a suitable buy for him, then I can actually see him leaving. Broha is coming back from an injury. He's been given that number 19. But for me, the most significant one out of all of these is the shirt number. Levi Colwill wearing number 26. So John Terry had that number 26, as we know, so that's big shoes to fill. John Terry spoke about him as a future captain when he was in the youth team. Actually, he's got a lot of characteristics similar to JT as well, good on the ball, strong vocal leader, and grown up in the Chelsea academy. So can he fill those big boots? If he's half as good as John Terry, then we've got a player on our own. So we fought tooth and nail to keep him. But and a lot of people may be thinking, yeah, he's taken that 26 because he wants to emulate what JT had done for the club. But he was born on the 26th. Was it February? My same month as me. So that's why he took that number at Huddersfield, and maybe that's why he's fond of that 26 shirt. But it's a birthday and to follow in John Terry's footsteps. So it's whatever one it is. Let's hope that he does well and performs in that role. Nice to see Andre Santos getting the shirt as well, number 20. Though, does that mean he's staying? Probably. Yeah. So. We've got Cucurella with a number 3 shirt, so we're quite heavy on left backs, even if Lewis Hall does go away, because obviously we've got Chilwell. But it all depends on how Pochettino wants to use Maatsen, because Maatsen's been used in a variety of roles, and so he can cover at left back as well, but also playing further forward. And so maybe he wants to use him in different roles. But the fact that he's given it a number 29 shirt as well, is that an indication that we're going to keep this guy? Probably. So we'll wait and see. And the new goalkeeper Sanchez has got the number 31. So guys, now that the squad's numbers have been revealed and we're getting a flavour of who is going to be part of our squad, what areas do you still think we need to strengthen? Who would you be prepared to let go out of this squad? Who do you think is surplus to requirements? And who you wouldn't mind seeing going, or do you think that we need a squad? And what is the optimum squad number for you? Obviously we can only register 25, but out of those 25, I might add, we can, people like Santos, because he's not 21 yet, and Levi Colwill and people like that, we don't have to register as part of the 25-man squad, because it's all depending on your age. So we can name a few more senior players. And the other thing to add actually is out of the squad that I've listed, the ones who are going to stick around, I think there's only 12 of which are non-homegrown. So that's quite good. So that gives us a lot of scope that if we want to get in 4 or 5 people from overseas, then we're quite capable of doing that, because it's a maximum of 17 players have to be only a maximum of 17 players can be non-homegrown. So we're quite covered in that area. So if we want to scout the market for other players, so that's something worth taking note of as well. So that's it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the section below. And don't forget, as always, to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So take care. Bye-bye.